Извините за шум. Погнали. Попробуем сегодня пройти. Не факт. Ну попробуем. Вот это положим сюда, чтобы не шумел лишний раз. Это подвинем вот так. Вломиться в офис доктора Грея. Мне нужен в обеденный зал. Как мне пройти в офис, только вот вопрос. А вот никак, потому что не в этом суть. Что за звуки? Я не пон. На самом деле, в целом, мне стало интересно, как выглядела оригинальная Alone in the Dark. Не как игра, как выглядела, я видел. Еще в обзоре в игре передачи от винта. Я в глобальном смысле. Вот тут бы пройти на самом деле. А, второй этаж, возможно. Как будто...
Christ, what the hell was that?
Страшно. Очень страшно. А что с меня капает?
We must have faith that Jeremy's pact with the Dark Man is a bluff. If we are lucky, our visitors will find him and prove it's all nonsense before night falls. What is true is our attempt to call on her. Too many things have happened for this evening to be in vain. Think of Jack and Cassandra, even Perosi, whose circumstances I can't understand. Grace is a goat without horns. She knows it and will play the role. You must talk to your brother, Batiste. I worry that he will fail us. Mrs. Thompson.
It's blocked.
Надо пойти сверху.
Family will have to die. You can't let her ruin our plans.
I don't want to run into the orderlies right now. Not sure I can trust them.
He knows his place.
Я знаю еще один путь. Но я не уверен.
Lunacy and the Astarte Artist Colony, a monograph by Yael Klein. In early 1909, the old Derceto plantation outside of New Orleans was turned into an artist's colony. 3 famous European artists rented the house and the surrounding land from the owner, the Ledoux family. The colony was chiefly run by Sebastian Cortez, who was playfully dubbed the captain by his collaborators, William Arges and Heinrich Kassel. The colony existed for 6 years, until one day all 12 members disappeared without a trace. It is widely believed that their disappearance is connected to the disastrous hurricane that passed through on September 29, 1915, but nothing truly supports this claim. What is known is their frequent participation in New Orleans nightlife, their love for hosting parties, and their elaborate contributions to the Mardi Gras parades as the Pirates of Pontchartrain. Accounts of their lifestyle can be found in almost every gossip column. It can effectively be summed up as carefree and bohemian. In late June 1909, the name Astarte first appeared in the newspapers. Cortez said the name came to him as he was painting. There is never any claim to knowing about the ancient Phoenician fertility goddess with the same name before this time. His fellow colonist Heinrich Kassel did know, because he later produced sculptures that show clear references to ancient idols of the goddess. It's impossible to know for sure how this name suddenly made an appearance, but it is interesting because of Derceto's history. Even the name Derceto is the Greek name of a Syrian fertility goddess. In the case of naming the plantation, Derceto was certainly not an accident. We know that Elijah Pickford intended to build a temple for his cult, for he had distributed pamphlets 2 years prior to the purchase of the land, advertising his intentions. His followers were estimated to be almost 100 men and women, mostly sailors, Maroons, and Cajuns, when the plantation was built. To outsiders, Derceto registered as an ordinary slave plantation, which enabled Pickford and his flock to remain hidden for decades. The official story is that the cult lasted until 1862, when the Union Army came and burned down the plantation and scattered all who lived there. Following the Civil War, new people started to congregate in the ruins of Derceto to invent a new fertility goddess, the Shub Niggurath. As much as Derceto is a particular name to have heard of, it's not entirely uncommon among the learned. Astarte is equally known and could have been subconsciously chosen by well-read artists. Shub Niggurath is, on the other hand, very uncommon. Almost impossible that anyone in Louisiana would have heard that name. The name is referenced only in rare books like Unaussprechlichen Kulten and the Necronomicon, and is believed to be a bastardization of Arabic words meaning pertaining to the dark young. The few paragraphs printed on the goddess are so upsetting that no one in their right mind would want to build a religion resting on such qualities. The Shub Niggurath cult was hard to get rid of, but it is believed that despite the police jailing and killing several cultists over the years, the main culprit in the cult's demise is the cult itself, which seems to line up with every instance of cult activity on Derceto's grounds. When Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army arrived, he described the people at Derceto as malnourished and maniacal. As much as the army tried to save them, they fought back with fervor, as if nothing was going to stop them from slowly destroying themselves. While the disappearance of the Astarte Artist colony remains a mystery, the recurring motif seems to suggest that their fate involved lunacy and a hunger for self-sacrifice to that fertility goddess with 1,000 names.
Здоровье богини. Оранжерея. Ну, бессмысленно. А вниз ходить можно. Страшно, очень страшно. Как же ужасно осознавать, что это излечение было иллюзией, что ты настолько увлечен доблестью страдания, что, несмотря на все свои усилия, даже не пытался выздороветь, или что твое лечение становится настолько навязчивой идеей, что вместо того, чтобы дать ранам затянуться со временем, ты разрываешь плоть в надежде, что так она излечится быстрее и лучше, и главное, чтобы кровоточила. Так, как хочешь, это вот можно ли когда-нибудь полностью выздороветь, доктор Грей? Как вы считаете?
There must be a spare key to Dr. Gray's office in here somewhere. I don't have the combination for this. Maybe Jeremy did. I need the key.
Кто такой Джереми и где его искать? Вспомнил, кто такой Джереми, но не помню, где его искать. Вообще без понятия. Конечно, можем загуглить, но зачем? Мы сейчас так поступать. Так, комната Джереми здесь.
Detective Comby, I'm terribly sorry that my niece has pulled you into this mess. Please, with all my blessings, take her away from this cursed place. I have destroyed that eater of worlds and locked it away in the attic and retreated to a place of hiding. Tell Emily I'm safe. Tell her all the lies you can think of to make her listen. Take her back to New Orleans. Sincerely, Jeremy.
Так, подождите. В комнате этого есть что-то, да?
Brother, I need you to trust me. This is the most important moment in our family's history. I know you have doubts and that the terrible Mama Loa told you lies. I would never betray you. I promise. Lottie.
Немного звучит все это бесполезно. Как некая информация. Апартаменты доктора Грея. Назад в галерею напротив. Я где-то что-то не посмотрел. Большой долей вероятности нам надо спуститься вниз. Но, видимо, не слишком большой.
Detective Conby, good to see you again. Solved your case yet?
I'm trying. Hey, Grace, you okay?
Oh, she is just peachy, Detective. Are you looking forward to the Feast of St. John, Grace?
I can't wait.
Kids, ain't they great?
What exactly are you planning for tonight?
Oh, not much. We eat, we drink, we pay tribute to the wishing tree in the conservatory. The usual.
Then why all the excitement?
There is just something about tonight, something that's different. I think we all feel it. Besides, we got ourselves some new words for the prayer thanks to your buddy Jeremy.
She'll come and turn the world inside out, and things will begin again.
That sounds strangely threatening.
You should come.
Oh, God damn it, Grace. Stay put for once.
А чё он за них ходит?
McCarthy was a deadbeat. His mere presence annoyed Conby. It was like watching the worst version of himself mock him by simply being worthless. While Conby enjoyed watching the child outplay the drunkard, there was something terrifyingly familiar about Grace. It was taunting him, like he was supposed to remember, but couldn't.
Интересно. Рисунки. Ключ от холла первого этажа.
Better hold on to these. Wouldn't want them to get lost.
Jeremy knew that the only one who could help him now was the guest in room number 3. The room seemed to have been empty for so long. But that wasn't allowed to be true. The story needed to be different. To include something from the outside, he would bring the guest back to room 3 and show them what was in that safe. 913. But those were not the right numbers. That was the combination for the safe in the clerk's office. «913 к кабинете администратора».
There's something missing.
Кстати. Понятно. Я просто думал, белая головоломка это потому, что я могу решить, или белая головоломка это просто головоломка. Ну и... Зеленая головоломка это то, что можно решить. Ощущение, медведь рано или поздно живет. 113. 9. 1.
It worked.
На самом деле, если было неправильно, надо просто в обратную сторону попробовать.
The last guest in the empty room
Если не налево,
suffered
то
from
направо.
severe maladaption. I must write this down, because if I understand the condition sufficiently, it could make me deny this fact at a later date. And there is reason for me to think I may come to suffer the consequences from this dysfunction, as some who came in contact with the guest seem to adopt a new worldview in which everything was predetermined but broken. Upon accepting this worldview, some memories became unmanageable and later rejected. I do not know what this means. I cannot even remember the fate of the guest. I think they were simply misplaced one day and forgotten. Just like all documents pertaining to this guest, they have all been destroyed, or they never existed in the first place. Who wrote this? There has never been a guest in the empty room.
Я вот что думаю. Возможно, этой истории не хватает краткости. С этим текстом. Они выглядят длиннее, чем должно быть.
Dr. Gray was somehow mixed up in this business with the Dark Man, Detective Conley decided. He had to be. Either Dr. Gray was using the idea of the Dark Man to manipulate and torture Jeremy, or the Dark Man was an actual powerful being possessing Jeremy. And in that case, Dr. Gray was simply a stooge. Maybe both could be true at once. Conby felt his mind racing in all directions. No matter what, he had to find a way to break the pact. That was what Jeremy said was needed. It didn't even matter what was true or not. If Jeremy wouldn't leave Derceto before the contract was broken, then Conby had to make it happen. He just wished the steps on the contract made a little more sense.
Dr. Gray's office, all to myself. Let's see if we can figure this guy out.
I have finished tidying up Miss Beauregard's belongings. I will leave it to you to contact her agent and have them collect her things. I found one of Grace's drawings she might want back, along with this key in her room, which I believe you've been looking for. Mrs. Thompson.
This is where McCoffey has hidden my favorite young. It's very important.
Прям чувствуется, как к финалу приближаемся.
Dearest Dr. Manzetti, I find myself in a losing battle with my patient. As I've disclosed in my previous letter, his delusions have him completely captured. It's bad enough that he is torturing himself with paranoia, but his madness turns out to be quite persuasive to others, effectively laying the ground for mass delusion. I am writing to you in hope that you can give me some guidance. Beyond my ambition to avoid devastating surgery on my patient, I have grown worried about my own defenses. The words of my patient are deranged, yet they often resonate with something primitive within me. I have tried photographing his brain with X-rays. It was surprisingly difficult to get good results. Dark blotches on the plates kept obscuring all details. My patient looked at the bad plates and cried out in terror, telling me the dark areas was the shadow of the worm, eating him from inside. I could not see anything out of the ordinary. I hope this is a sign that my mind is not as receptive to the madness as I had feared. After further inquiry, my patient described the shadows inside his mind as some kind of chthonic monstrosity that wants to undermine his sanctuary. This is clearly a reference to a place he calls Teroea, a sort of library or convent that works as a psychological haven. With this imaginary haven threatened by this Chthonian, he has now constructed another, less pleasant hiding spot. Lately, he has been bringing up a metaphor of a steamboat that has run aground, that he feels like he needs to start the engines and reverse, but he is afraid that the hole in the hull would cause the whole ship to sink. I've been watching him turn this metaphor into reality for the last week. He knows it's made up, but he is doubling down, trying to make it a real memory. I feel certain that this is my chance to break through the barriers of his self-deceit.
Окей. Не до конца понял, потому что, ну... Потому. Ну, типа, доктор ничего плохого не задумывал. По крайней мере, он так об этом не думает. Короче, не помню. Я не с другой стороны. Оказывается, что тут какая-то головоломка. Но где она? Все, я открыл. Может быть, это имелся в виду сейф? Возможно. Что за цель у нас? Лазарет. Карта Карибов. Вообще как что-то бесполезное, извините, конечно, меня. Звук, кстати, наверное, это для постояльцев. Типа нажал, и люди, и человек к тебе пришел. Первый этаж. Нам теперь доступно это место. Я всегда был доступен. Весы.
Surprisingly neat. Maybe I've been selling that old barfly short. Looks like McCarthy has something hidden inside.
Sometimes I think this place makes me worse. That Dorsetto might be my grave. A coffin made of ostentatious architecture. A Taj Mahal for the drunken depressed. There's something about Dorsetto. Something about Dr. Gray. Like we all pretend that we're here to get better. When in fact we are here.
Мы обретем забвение. Тут этот парень, короче, живет. Тут женщина, которую мы находили. Наверное. Ну, похоже. Явно женщина, но, наверное, это она. Стоп, почему? Показывает, что что-то есть, но что? Серьезно? Да. Короче, я понял, как это работает. Все эти ненужные... Коробочки, они только мешают.
Can't take this much more. This has to end.
Что они тебя обманывают, что как будто что-то есть, на самом деле нет ничего. Ничего, ничего. Никого, никого. Миленький бар. Мне нравится, и местами прикольно, с другой стороны мне не нравится. То есть теряюсь в догадках. Мне же нравится и не нравится. В пустую комнату мы зайти не смогли. Козел отпущения. Была такая какая-то очень древняя тема с козлом отпущения. Это, короче, когда ты берешь и этот... Козла отпускаешь куда-то там в пустыню.
I need the key.
Radiography. Patient Jeremy Hartwood. Date June 14, 1930. Plates. Jeremy's skull proved difficult to capture properly. Partial radiographs worked best. A complete picture of the brain can be assembled by piecing 3 plates together. Observations. Even when looking at an assembled version, a shadow covers significant parts of Jeremy's brain. Possible tumor, but more likely that the equipment is failing. Jeremy reacted strongly to the pictures and claimed to see a giant clay worm eating and displacing his memories. Notes. While this exercise has left me nowhere closer to an answer, I feel confident that a Burkhardt lobotomy should sever all necessary parts. Hypothetical psychosurgery based on the ideas by Burkhardt and the St. Petersburg research could end up saving Jeremy's mind. Severing the connections around the frontal lobe would certainly solve most mental afflictions. The procedure would be brutal in performance, as well as in efficiency. An ice pick pushed through the edge of the eye and into the skull would untether the nerves like Alexander cutting the Gordian knot. As this would likely leave Jeremy in a very different condition, all other paths should first be explored. The medical instrument I would need for this lobotomy is missing, and I should have Waits order a new one.
Интересно. А он дырку сверлит. Что-то мне подсказывает, эта сущность, которую мы видели, она может быть и неплохая в маске. Это что, потому что он говорит там не по-русски и не по-английски? Эта фразочка как-то звучит очень странно, как что-то... Не будем говорить по чужие языки, но очень странно звучит она.
Don't mind if I do.
Что-то еще есть. Так, это двигает оба. Бум!
That's better.
Понять бы, что от меня хотят, вот в чем прикол. Симка всего может быть 3. Я не вижу, что от меня хотят. Мы так будем слишком долго сидеть над загадкой, которую я даже не понимаю. Там, кстати, насчет написано в стимке. И я этого не вижу. Мы прошли. Э. Странно. То, где мы сейчас находимся, этого всего не вижу я. На самом деле пофиг, как пройдем, так пройдем, если тут какая-то не этот. Надо, короче, мозг составить. Левый, правый и нижний. Окей. Они же лежат на своих местах, да, ведь? Да. Сюда можно не трогать, остальных ставим. Ага. Часть статуи. Какую статую? Главный вопрос. Фиг с ним, с этим. Обыщем сейчас опять все. Я хочу понять, что там с девочкой было. Не понимаю. Это ничего не значит. Короче, ничего не значит, играем. Окей, так играем. Походу разберемся. Так, это место мы должны обыскать. Но почему? Почему я тут ничего не нахожу? Вот в чем вопрос. Может, потом сюда надо будет вернуться.
Why does this keep happening? What am I supposed to do?
And we're back here. Oh, perfect time to have a look around this place.
Оставим пока. Ибо я не знаю, что надо выбрать.
What is that?
Ладно. А, ты что я туплю? 6-4-1.
Jeremy's hiding, right?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jeremy?
Need help!
Wait. Can you hear me?
I'm stuck in the mud and the bayou is taking
Jeremy.
me.
Where are you?
The motor is dead. I can't do anything more.
Hang on, Jeremy. I'll figure something out. I'll get the boat running.
Jeremy was calling out for help, but Comby couldn't figure out where the voice was coming from. For a moment, Comby wondered if the boat itself was Jeremy, or if he was below it somehow. It didn't matter right now. Jeremy was clear on one thing. He wanted Comby to get the steamboat running and out of the mud. Comby entered some new, mucky dreamland of Jeremy's, a long-abandoned steamboat.
Я, по-моему, вот в чем. Потому что там в зданиях написано подсказка, награда будет подсказка. Все. Местами тут очень вот это вот мглу напоминает. Лично мне.
The boat's wedged itself right into the bayou. If I get the motor started, I could try reversing back into the river.
Баю.
Jeremy, where are you?
Допустим. Допустим, но я все равно не понимаю. Масочка. Да все логично, но прям теряешься и не знаешь, в чем причина. Вот в чем причина. Зря я взял на самом деле. Это можно спуститься, но мы так делать не будем. Это тоже можно спуститься, но мы так делать не будем. Вот это битва с боссом. Так и знал. Сведется к тому, что тут просто будет. Отойду. И тут продолжаем. Моя задача подняться наверх и сесть. Я проверил, будет ли вообще кровь нам типа подсказывает, куда идти.
The winch is powered by electricity. I need to find a way to turn it on before I can use it. Looks pretty weak. I just need something to break it.
Топор. Навек на топор, собственно говоря, вот он. В случае, если, на тот случай, если я не найду.
This definitely needs fuel.
Что я, конечно, все топливо нужно.
Whoa!
Are you ready to tell me what happened in the attic? I put a rope around my neck, and then I strangled all life from my body. Are you under the impression that you No. I was supposed to die. What does that mean? That you were supposed to die. I'm the catalyst. I had to die to make the story happen. What are you referring to, Jeremy?
30 years ago, Frederic needed me to die.
You're not making any sense, Jeremy. Find your focus.
Hey! I cheated everyone. I didn't play my part. Hey! I escaped my doom. My destiny.
Again, find your focus.
Hey, I'm right here. What the hell is going on?
Now everything is wrong. Nothing is in place.
I'm right here!
Calm down, Mr. Conby. What do you want?
Were you not talking to Jeremy right now?
I haven't seen Jeremy all day. Are you all right, Detective?
No. Actually, I don't think so. Well, maybe. I'm gonna go look for Jeremy.
Good. Let me know if you find him.
Возможно, он не так прост, как кажется, я про этого чувака.
That was Jeremy's self-deceit? A steamboat stuck in the mud?
Звал на помощь, но Карнби не мог понять, откуда носится голос. На мгновение детектив задумался, находится ли Джереми где-то на нижних палубах или перевоплотился.
I'm not gonna pretend I understand any of that. What a bunch of psychoanalytic nonsense. Surprisingly neat. Maybe I've been selling that old barfly short. Looks like McCarthy has something hidden inside.
Мне нужна монетка. Монетку мы поможем получить от девочки. Или от тех картиночек девочки. Для этого мне нужна картина. Картинки у меня нет. Все, я понял. Эти штучки, чтобы себе восполнять что-то. Опа.
This is my room. I belong
Джереми звал на... Это не то.
here.
Индиго, так. Университет стоит на рассаднике гротеска. Храм, посвященный мятежному росту, самой страшной и зловредной стороне природы. Может, вам удастся на некоторое время отгородить свою психику, но будьте уверены, через какое-то время ваша душа начнет молиться этому отвратительному богу. Такова бы всех людей, что собирались вокруг этого древнего дерева. Все они каркают, гавкают и блеют, потому что их собственное тело боятся, и они хотят знать вызываемое этими словами зло. И я. Вместо этого богохульного имени они шепотом произносят имя Дерсета, Старт и черные козы из лесов.
I recognize this view.
Can Believe, 196, LA. Еще ты должен прийти. Я не могу поверить. I can believe I didn't recognize you.
I know that number. Where's that from?
Тоже
I did
приходите?
this. I wrote that.
Поверить не могу, что не узнал тебя. Хоть что-то здесь. Реально?
I know the combination. I carry it with me.
196. Шесть. Нет. Ну, номер. Да не то. У меня есть вариант, что это либо 918, почему-то у меня в голове 918 стоит. Не знаю, зачем. Девятьсот тринадцать вариант. Не то. В случае речь идет о пустой комнате. 693. Давайте попробуем 693. Есть. Нет. Все, в обратную сторону. Нет, это не 6. 6. Я подумал, кстати, на самом деле тут не так много комбинаций. Ладно, с мобильным не так удобно выбрать. Придется... Да. Вы знаете, кажется, проблема современных браузеров то, что они постоянно пытаются куда-то что-то обновить, что-то подсмотреть, что-то такое сделать. И поэтому первый раз они грузятся очень долго. Хотя, казалось бы... Я понял. Это, как говорится, это не очевидный момент совсем, если честно. Предмет в инвентаре. Вот тебе про это говорю, да? Вот. 692. Лей. Так, 6, 9, 2. Не в обратную сторону, если. 6, 9. 3 был все-таки, или 2? Наверное, 2. И Каюн.
Detective, I have made many discoveries in my case. The child we want is safe, thanks to good people like me and you. We're so similar, but you don't see all the things I do. To find your man, Jeremy, you also need to look for the girl. It has always been that way. The young deliver us all. You should have a look in my room. There's a piece of the puzzle you will need. Take care now. My coffee.
How long have I been here?
Что еще, я думаю? Подсказки, которые я подсмотрел, они немножечко не в правильном порядке записаны. Возможно. То есть я играю нормально. А что я хочу сказать?
Looks like McCarthy has something hidden inside.
Ну да, никак по-другому ты это достать не мог, конечно.
Why would McCarthy lock this up? Was he trying to keep Grace from completing the shape? If so, couldn't she have just made another drawing?
Да, могу.
What the hell happened in here?
Ну, тут более-менее очевидно, на самом деле. Наверное, а может нет. А что если наоборот? Вряд ли. потом сверху. Значит, я все правильно сделал. А. Так. Там не различить было, что там есть что-то.
What?
Что это? Куда это? Гостиная.
This looks familiar.
Combe never thought he'd be so happy to be back at Derceto.
Странно.
Dr. Gray had been putting Jeremy through some thorough medical investigation. He was trying to break through Jeremy's stories and get... He was back in the French Quarter.
How am I back at the office? Jeremy's never been here. That's me, isn't it? How long had it been since I drowned myself in drink and depression? It all felt so peaceful, slipping away into oblivion. A welcoming, dark voice wrapped around my mind like a heavy blanket. It turned off suddenly as I woke up from the sound of my office door closing shut. A messenger had left a telegram from Mrs. Saunders. She had a lead on where to find her husband and her kidnapped daughter.
История достаточно личная. Я задумался, у женщины
God,
такая
I used to
история.
drink so much back then. When was this exactly? What case was I working?
Проверили Торнхилла. Ответы Бейсин-стрит. Леди Сандерс обезумел, похищает детей. Время маленького магазинчика игрушек.
I remember this case. Some kid got taken by her father, headed out of state. But he had made a mistake by selling a painting that his wife actually cared about to a collector named Thornhill to fund his venture. That's how I tracked him down. At least I think so.
Conby vaguely remembered the case of the missing child. She was kidnapped by her estranged father. There was some connection to a gallerist named Thornhill. A painting sold to pay for a getaway.
А может, все-таки все было важно? Важно. Это я про подсказки. Я подумал, что подсказки тебе там, где написано подсказки, тут подсказки как награду. Это не, это, скорее всего, неправда. Короче, ничего не понимаю. Вот что я хочу сказать.
I can't go that way.
Может быть, когда-нибудь поиграем в эту игру. Защищено.
I can't go that way.
Хороший графон, вот это вот все. Или болт.
Thornhill wasn't a bad man, but he had principles keeping him from handing out information about his deals. So it needed some convincing.
Well, every case can't be squeaky clean.
Mr. Saunders had sold a valuable painting to Thornhill, hoping the money would carry him to wherever he was going. The painting, now leaning on an easel in Thornhill's bedroom, had a certain mesmerizing gloom that seemed to call out to me, telling me I was needed for something important. I felt myself falling into the painting, only being brought back by Thornhill, thrusting an address to a Hotel St. George into my hand, and asking me to get the hell out.
I don't remember this at all, but I can't say it didn't happen.
Странно было слышно.
The kidnapper had sold a painting to Thornhill, the collector, to pay for a car and enough gas to get out of Louisiana. Detective Comby was suddenly reminded of shaking him down to find out where the kidnapper was hiding. St. George's Hotel by the park.
On my way to the hotel, the Morton gang caught up with me. I owed them money, a lot of it. I can't remember what for, probably some dumb gambling debt growing in size for each payment missed. I punched one of them out, and I sent the others packing. It was a stupid move. Looking back, great believers. I found him. In the hotel ledger, I recognized the handwriting of the signature, Ted Stryker. It was him. I could feel it. It was the kidnapper I was hunting. I put on my knuckles and hurried up to his room.
Something about that name, Ted Stryker, rings a bell. Feels vaguely familiar.
Как будто цифра. Опа, знакомые места. Как будто бы. Дэвида Торнхилла. Чик.
I recognize this room, but I didn't catch up with them here. I must have followed them. But where?
Дополнительный справочник. Do it. А, это отсылка к Bioshock Infinite. Эвертон, как галерея изобретательного искусства. Пенсион де Лариде. У нас тут. Некий Тед Страйкер снял комнату в отеле Сан-Джордж 4 ночи. Мисс Робин, $300 в год.
That's right, he was running away, ditching his old life and marriage in New Orleans to find something better in Tallahassee. And he took his daughter with him against the will of the mother. That's why she hired me. But I stopped him. I caught up with him at the Pearl River Bridge.
Чувствуется, эта девочка, которому в этом мерещится, это она и есть. А пока что тот самый чувак, который девочку похитил.
Pearl River. This is where I caught up with them. This is what the Dark Man wanted me to revisit. But I'm still not seeing it. What am I forgetting?
ТП. Вахольный тотем. Эдвард слышал этот шепот годами, когда он жил в Бруклине. Это случалось лишь иногда. Например, когда в детстве он залез на высокое дерево в Централ-парке. А когда почти утонул, можем, кстати, перевернуть в Центральном парке. И когда утонул в Гудзоне, пытаясь спасти свою мать. Когда он переехал в Новый Орлеан, шепот стал появляться все чаще, но все еще не настолько часто, чтобы обращать на него внимание. Теперь все на Эдерсет, он знает, что же его зовет. Не хочет признавать этого. Темная девочка в оранжерее велит ему принести жертву. Отдай и Каприсан Корн. Зачем мне? Что за темная девочка в оранжерее? FPS начали проседать. Жестко.
Can't go that way.
Ой, прям сильно. Прям жесточайше. Ну ладно. С другой стороны, когда-то играется, это правда.
I can't believe I didn't recognize you.
I looked a little different back then, I suppose.
Was any of this real?
How do you mean?
This day, just... so much is happening. I can't... I think I've lost my head. Do you need me to apologize? I mean... I am sorry. I don't think I need to begin to explain. You're just a kid, Grace. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Lies. More lies.
No, really. I thought I was being a good guy by handing you over to your mother. I didn't know. I couldn't have known that she wouldn't care about you.
I don't know how this works. What is this for?
Some form of admission of guilt. Maybe acceptance. It's what the Dark Man wants.
I guess we just watch my father die again then.
You think he's alive?
I know he is. He's down there, scared that he won't be able to get out. That he will drown with his daughter again.
What are you saying? We gotta save him!
We? Do it yourself. I'm down there with him, remember?
Can I really...
Comby had run their car off the bridge. He pulled Grace out of the sinking car, but left her father to drown. He could have saved him. There was time. He just chose not to.
Save them. This all happened so long ago. I have to find a way to get down there. I have to see it with my own eyes. There was a boat at the house where I entered. If I can raise the bridge, I should be able to get to the car. This must be where the bridge is operated. Nothing's happening. Something's holding me back.
По фэпусам прям все отвратительно, если честно. Терпим, доигрываем. правильно.
My God, Carnby. Are you okay?
Don't leave me alone.
What the hell have you been doing?
What's going on here? Look at this mess!
I'm sorry, Mrs. Thompson.
Don't make me kick you out of this house. Now get out!
Hey, Detective. Mr. Carnby. I'm really worried about you.
I'm okay. I just need to catch my breath for a moment.
This place? There are some very disturbed figures around here. And I don't think it's just the patients. I've been reading some things about how Derceto has a deranging effect on people. I think it might explain things.
What?
Just take it easy, okay? I'm gonna go find a way into Dr. Gray's apartment. I want to know what he's hiding.
Emily, don't worry. I think I'm close. I'm gonna set everything right.
Just be careful.
The dark man. The steamboat was a high.
Допустим. Что подцелим? Что по штучкам?
It wasn't clear to Detective Carnby that he had actually accomplished anything, but he had the distinct feeling that he was making progress. The steamboat must have been what the self-deceit was referring to, and clearly the business with Grace was psychological trauma. Out of the 3 steps on the dark man's contract, only one thing seemed to remain: temper-manic behavior. Carnby was getting sick of guessing. It was time to pay Dr. Gray a visit in his apartment. It wasn't clear to Detective Carnby that...
Понятно. Доктор Грей в его апартаментах. Сейчас на первый этаж получается. Всё какое-то странное. Подождите, апартаменты это ж не то. Или все-таки то? Вот апартаменты, правильно. Минутку. И не вниз.
Detective, am I glad to see you? Lock the door, will you? I don't think Dr. Gray would appreciate us snooping around.
What's going on here? This feels so strange.
Ой, специально включили такую камеру.
Have you found anything?
What? Yeah, I've seen some things.
Okay. Let me know if there is anything you want to talk about.
Книга полностью внутри.
There's a book missing.
What did you do?
I was just rearranging the books.
Well, come on, let's check it out.
Hey.
I think I'm beginning to understand. Dr. Gray is dealing with some kind of mass delusion.
Good to finally meet you, Mr. Hartwood. I'm here on the behalf of your brother Philip. You were expecting me, weren't you?
Yes. You're from Derceto, no?
That's right. I just wanted to ask you a few questions to see if there is anything I can do to help you and your family.
Okay.
I understand you're full of imagination. You make up a lot of things.
I suppose.
And you obsess over them, blurring reality and fiction.
Sometimes.
Do you want to tell me about the Dark Man?
No. No, I don't.
That's all right. Perhaps there is something else you can tell me. Something you know to be made up, but you hold dear.
Juan?
John? Who's John?
No. Juan Luis Jorge. Oh, wait there a moment. Here, take a look.
Is he... Oh, he is the author.
It's a magnificent book. Life-changing even. The real Juan is long dead, but I like to think of him as my friend. My most beloved friend.
I see. Do you often do this? Fantasize about people you read about?
No. Well, there is Jacob.
Who is Jacob?
Turn to the last page.
Oh, it's a newspaper article. The prisoner of ice, Jacob van Ostad. Is he also your beloved friend?
Oh no, Doctor. Not at all. He is the fire that fights fire.
Yes, I think it's clear your overstimulated imagination, this mania, needs to be tempered for you to live a normal life. I know your family calls it the Heartwood Curse, but I want you to know that there is nothing supernatural about your condition. It's all inside your head. And with that, I'm very qualified to deal with. In time, you will be cured.
In time.
Yes, in time we will exorcise all your demons, all the dark men.
Yeah!
Please, Mr. Heartwood, calm yourself.
What happened?
Oh, don't you worry your little head about it, Miss Heartwood. Your uncle and I just had our first breakthrough.
That mark on the floor looks like talisman positions, but from which direction should I look at it?
The Snake Dagger, a monograph by Yael Klein. In Ludwig Prin's book on pagan rituals called The Mystery of the Grave, as translated by Nicholas Vachy, there are several references to a sacrificial dagger called the Snake Dagger. It has long been thought of as a poor translation of the original text, that it would be more appropriate with worm dagger from the Latin vermis cultrum. This seems natural following the recent consensus that the original title of Prin's book, De Vermis Mysteris, should literally translate to the mystery of the worm. However, this would take away from Vachy's great effort at translating the underlying meaning of the words and revealing several cultural beliefs. While Prin certainly was using the term worm as a symbol or synecdoche for death and the dead, which is made clear by the contents of the book, in the case of the dagger, we shouldn't be too hasty to dismiss his translation. Reading through Vachy's correspondence with his patron, it appears that he had more than just the Latin text at his disposal. Vachy had dug up Prin's living relatives and uncovered several cross-referenced historical texts and an actual snake dagger. The dagger was dated to the early Middle Kingdom of Egypt and had such a clear shape of a wave that Vachy considered calling it the sinusoidal blade. Knowing the full story, it seems prudent that he chose to translate it as snake and not worm. There are several reasons why this choice of word helps us understand the pagans that Prin's book attempts to describe. The symbolic value of the shape becomes more apparent when reading about the use for the dagger. In the passage of possession and exorcism, we find the snake dagger poisons the poisoner within the victim and is therefore pacified. Where the literal text would tell us that the worm dagger trumps the demon possessing the victim, it tells us nothing of their reasoning, only that somehow this dagger wins against the demon, like it had the better hand in poker. Vachy's translation allows us to follow the underlying logic to the ritual magic that is being performed. Poison the poisoner sounds like fighting fire with fire. That to hurt the demon possessing its victim, the priests would have to fight back with a power that is known to the evil they are fighting. The snake dagger is therefore not only a good way to describe its form, but it also helps us understand how it could be thought of as a useful tool for exorcism. Finally, it also helps us understand their relationship to lunacy, that it was thought of as something poisoning the mind rather than controlling it. What is also interesting to note is that the possessed are always considered poisoned in their head and not their heart. The snake dagger always went to the eye of the possessed, leaving them partially blind. If...
Я понял, глаз. Ну, лоботомия, короче.
what were you saying about mass delusion?
Derceto seems to have a deranging effect on people living close by. It has a history of creating cults devoted to some nature goddess. Even the name Derceto refers to the cult existing here before the Civil War. Derceto was the name of an ancient fertility goddess worshipped in Syria. Dr. Gray and his friends, however, seem to prefer the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young, or Shub-Nigroth. And that name can only have come from my uncle's twisted mind.
Has that been there this whole time?
Интересная деталь. У нас у шкафа тоже есть этот замочек. Зачем, правда? Ну, только приглашать кого-то в гости, и ты гостям не доверяешь, что ли? В этом смысле.
You think all of them are in this cult business? Even Jeremy?
I'm not sure any of them have a choice at this point.
Как бесит.
We just need to find a way to stop all of this.
Дай походить, пожалуйста.
Hello?
Detective Conby?
Who is this? Jeremy?
Jeremy is with the Dark Man. You can't save him.
Well, I've done everything you wanted so far, and there's just one more thing on the list. I expect him to keep his promise and return Jeremy unharmed.
Get out, Detective. While you still can.
Detective Conby wanted nothing more than to make sense of it all. But clearly...
Картер игры не так. Я кое-что подсказку видел одну. Дело в стрелочках.
You okay? You look a little frazzled.
Just stupid telephone.
I know. I tried calling the police earlier. The telephone is completely dead.
It's not... Yeah, no, the telephone isn't working.
Detective Conby was worried Emily could tell, that she could see the madness written on his face. But what if he was the only one seeing the truth? Could that still be the case?
Я почитал быстрее, так что пофиг.
Miss Hartwood, I think you're gonna want to see this.
Is there something in the closet?
Yeah, there is. You don't see the very obvious gate leading to whatever Jeremy's madness is serving up next?
I don't understand. Are you making some kind of fashion metaphor? I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. Can you just tell me what you're doing?
You don't see this! It's fine. It's fine. Catch you later.
Are you going inside the closet?
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
No. Do what you think is right, Detective.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Goodbye, Miss Hartwood.
disheartened by his failure to make Emily understand what he was doing, Detective Conby actually felt better seeing the frozen hell before him. There was a finality to it. Its clear symbolic opposite to the dark man's desert made him realize.
И все закончится, окей. Просто хотелось прекратить, но думаю, доиграем.
We found the ancient stellarium perched on a cliff facing the Arctic Ocean after a day of sailing due north of the Eskimo encampment. Jacob van Oostad was our most keen member of the expedition. He had been chasing down the source of a peculiar type of crystallized metal present in several sacred items among the natives on the northeast coast of Greenland. The site was a remarkable find for any explorer, and we were all enraptured in our search for enlightenment and meaning. The surviving architecture seemed almost unearthly in origin and astonishingly sophisticated. The metal Jacob was searching for was abundant, almost ubiquitous. We were so taken by our find that we were surprised by the sun falling below the horizon. As we quickly picked up our gear, ready to head back to our camp, Jacob van Oostad declared that he wanted to stay. He was adamant. We begged him to reconsider. The night would be getting colder by the hour, and we feared for all our safety. Jacob refused, threatening us with violence if we wouldn't leave him alone. As the snowfall turned heavier, we left him there on his own. The next day, the weather became worse, and we had to spend hours enforcing our shelter as our tents became increasingly useless. The group had written off Jacob, thinking he must be dead. I had an urge to make one final attempt to save him, so I headed out as darkness fell with a handful of flares and headed toward the coast and up the climb towards the stellarium. That's when I saw him, transfixed by a burning sky, that celestial lantern. Jacob keeled over and let out a painful shriek that struck me with such fear and pity. He was crying in agony, for the cold weather had ravaged his flesh. I called out to him, and he turned to face me. His vacant stare held me in place like a needle through a butterfly, and he said, "You must leave now, Herrstan. Go, and never come back." And so I left.
Короче, вспомнил сейчас. В этой вьюгу напомнила мне про рок-трейдер, там момент с этим космоволком. Я вспомнил свою глупость, когда я перепроходил. Там, короче, я, правда, так в итоге не до прошел, но там надо было, короче, обратиться к инквизитору, сказать, удали-ка этого. Даже в конце можно было удалить чувака. Темного Эльдара. Дайте финал. Вспоминаю прохождение. окей вот.
Hey, you! What are you doing here? What is this place?
Turn back, detective. You're not wanted here.
Whoa, take it easy. I'm not your enemy.
Oh, you're wrong, detective. You're wrong.
Успеем зайти внутрь. хотел глаз воткнул, кстати говоря.
Jeremy?
I did everything! Aren't you happy? Stupid charlatan! What more do you want from me? You want me to lose my mind?
Oh, my Lord! Doctor! Baptiste! Quick!
Jesus. What were you thinking, compadre?
Или остановимся. Там не так много, конечно, осталось, но можно вот тут остановиться. Я думал про то, что если будет глава 5, то мы остановимся. Наверное, вот оно. Кого он избивал, интересно?
You awake? You are awake. Mr. Conby's up.
Hey, buddy! I thought you'd be knocked out for the rest of the night. Come on out and join us, will you? I'll save you some gumbo.
Good to have you back. You gave us all a good scare.
What happened?
You had a psychological breakdown. Sorry for manhandling you, but you're being violent.
You stabbed Jeremy and then punched Dr. Gray.
Are they okay?
Jeremy's a little strange, but everything's back to normal.
Really?
All thanks to you, combat. You want to try standing up?
Well, if it isn't the hero of the day. How are you feeling, Detective?
Never better. How about you two? Hey, Jeremy, I didn't do too much damage, did I?
Things are fine. Very quiet.
What's up with him? Painkillers?
No. You see, despite you having the finesse of a one-eyed butcher, you managed to lobotomize dear Jeremy.
I did what?
It's actually quite impressive. It's not like I hadn't considered it myself. I just wish Jeremy could have been helped without reducing his personality to that of an oyster.
But he's gonna live.
Of course. As long as someone keeps feeding him, he'll outlive the best of us.
Everything was back to normal. Did any of it really happen? What had Conby actually been doing all night?
Или нет? Все закрыто. Давайте пока немного продолжим. Потому что я хотел на самом деле закончить, потому что хотел посмотреть, как там Нойка играет свой финал.
That is one impressive tree.
More impressive than you could ever imagine.
So how does this all work? You dance around chanting? For the ritual, I mean?
Stay and find out, Detective. It might just do you good.
Мне кажется, дерево надо будет убить.
You haven't seen Emily, have you?
No, Detective. I haven't.
All right, tell me, what the hell's about to happen here?
Every year we have a little turn the page ceremony by the tree. It's symbolical. It's like life has its cycles of grief and happiness. You know? Just like a tree facing the seasons. Things change, but remain the same.
So this is basically New Year's Eve, but with a tree metaphor.
Exactly. You're so smart. It's about starting again. I mean, who could use a positive message like that more than a bunch of lunatics like us?
I get the feeling some of you think this year is going to be special. Any idea why?
Well, we got some new words, thanks to your buddy Jeremy, and some other changes to the program. Let's just say we're all in this year.
Good to see you back on your feet, Detective. Have some gumbo.
Thanks. I'll save it for later. Seems like everyone's in a pretty good mood.
The Eve of St. John is the most important date of the whole year. It's the only day when the black goat of the woods tends to her young.
I'm gonna go look for Emily.
Don't worry about her. She wouldn't leave without you, would she?
What are you looking for?
Just keeping an eye out for the storm. Radio says it could be a wild one.
You don't know where Emily is, do you?
She's packing some of Jeremy's things. Said she wanted to take them away. I'm sure she'll come and get you when she's ready.
I should probably get a move on then.
See you around, compare.
Странно, что никто Эмили не видел.
Does Emily know about Jeremy's condition?
Yes. She seems to be handling it quite well under the circumstances.
Does she still want to take Jeremy away from Derceto?
I will have to insist that you do. This is not that kind of institution.
Jeremy, hang on for a little longer, okay? We'll be going back to New Orleans soon.
Oh, good. I do so miss the city lights.
Case closed. Detective Convey had found Jeremy and brought him back to Derceto. He worried that Emily wouldn't be all that happy with his performance, considering Jeremy's impromptu brain surgery. Maybe she would refuse to pay him in full. It was the kind of thought that would normally infuriate.
Короче, он хочет отсюда быстрее свалить, и пофиг ему на деньги.
Hey, Ruth. Glad to see you made it back to Derceto.
You too, Detective. Make sure to stay for the festivities. It's no Mardi Gras, but it ain't bad.
You seen Emily around?
I saw her packing some things into that old jalopy you arrived in about an hour ago. I'm sure she hasn't given up on you yet.
Catch you later.
Looking forward to it, Detective.
Только не пойму, зачем они сделали вот эти вот 3 раза надо включать разговор. Можно же было сразу все это обговорить, скажем так.
Hey, kid. What are you up to?
Preparing for the ceremony. I don't want to disappoint Mother.
What's your part in this?
I'm the Cabersan Corn. It's very important. Only I can settle our debt.
You know, I had my doubts, but you are in the right place, Grace.
I think you might be right. For once.
Everyone knows what to do? Y'all know the new words.
Mrs. Thompson, we talked about this. I'm not sure everyone is comfortable.
Doctor, I insist. This is important. We've waited for so long, Doctor.
Let's just go with the old song. Not every change is an improvement.
Boss, good or bad, we need to move forward.
All in, Doc. Let's bet it all. But we don't know what we're dealing with.
It'll be okay, Doctor. Better even.
Вообще вот это все похоже на сериал.
Hell, there are praises in abundance to the black goat of the woods. Hear us,
Почему
brother. Take pity on us. Take
На
pity
фильм это
on
бы не
us.
потянуло.
Hear us, Mother, and abundance to the black goat of the woods. Hear us, Mother, and take pity on us. Take pity on us.
Heaven is praised, everyone unto the black goat of the woods. Hear us, Mother, and take pity on us. Accept our sacrifice. Judge
Stop! Are you crazy?
This here's what needs to happen, Congress.
Grace! Stop! Stop!
Detective, get my uncle out of here.
Jeremy, come with me! Get over here! Jeremy, come with... Jeremy, come here!
No! There has to be another blood!
Jeremy!
Необычно.
Detective Conby returned just as the festivities were about to begin. Emily was grateful that she didn't have to sit through whatever ceremony the people at Derceto had fashioned. Instead, they excused themselves and made their way to the front side of the house. With a tremendous sense of relief, Emily climbed into the car. She watched Conby ready the back seat for Jack.
Let that monster leave Derceto. I have to stop it.
Ой, что случилось? застряв. Такое бесит, вы бы знали. Вы бы знали, как такие моменты бесят. Прям вот, прям бесит. Ладно, отцеливаю штучки, а потом убивать
out of bullets.
Detective!
What the hell was that?
I tried to tell you. There was so much evidence. Their devotion to the Black Goat was like nothing I've ever seen before. I felt so dumb believing any of it, but I'm glad I did.
Are you okay? Everything is out of order. This isn't the way the story goes. I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
How are you doing, sweetie?
I kinda like it. You ruined everything, but I'm not mad.
All right, you ready to head back to New Orleans?
Come on, Jeremy. We're leaving.
Can I come?
I thought you said you didn't need saving.
Don't leave her. She's important.
Of course we're taking her with us.
Очень непросто. Непросто объяснить все происходящее. Вот это вот шиза, это с чем она была вызвана? Шизофрения. Возможно, себе открыть все подсказки, попытаться подумать как сценаристы. Но проблема в том, что очень много текста, через который очень сложно пробиться. Ну, чуваки на самом деле молодцы. Я надеюсь, это будет не их последний проект, потому что я удивлен тем фактом, что я смог в него поиграть. Я думал, не потянет. Потянул. Значит, эта игра уже лучше, чем Alan Wake 2. Она плюс достаточно атмосферная. О. Общее время 9 часов, короче. Подытоживая, им надо было сократить время, которое они тратят на эти разговоры. С одной стороны, прикольно эти мега-записочки, и типа, но, блин, там очень много мусора словесного. Просто, даже учитывая, что тебе зачитывают, а не ты сам читаешь, ты просто такой сидишь, чтобы, кстати говоря, и сам читал, вообще бы умер. Эх. Они тебя зачитывают, и ты такой, что? Где, зачем? И вот и все. Просто теряешь мысли и ничего не понимаешь, что они от тебя хотят. Словесный мусор, ничего хотят, да. Кстати, все остальное. Оптимизация офигенная на самом-то деле. Можно было, конечно, и лучше, но по современным стандартам у меня, если у меня запускается, значит игра офигенная по оптимизации. А геймплейно, в принципе, неплохо. Они не так сильно заставляют тебя бегать по всему этому, по всему дому. И, как правило, все находится в очевидных местах. Ну, пока у меня, конечно, уровень сложности низкий, это все. Там подсказки, но... почти не пригадал. Так что прям совсем посмотреть, куда и что мне делать, было всего лишь несколько раз. И на самом деле большинство случаев тебе подсказывали в задании, куда идти и что делать. Последний всегда был внимательный. В остальном сюжет. Что-то я не понял. Я не до конца понял вот эту шизофрению. Там был момент касательно параллели между типа как избавиться от демона и как сделать лоботомию. Они почему-то скрестили. Можно предположить, что эта сущность, она влияла на всех, кто был в доме. И приводила им, делала им видения. Иногда видения могли быть общими. И связаны, как правило, они были с чем-то из прошлой жизни. Да. И вот эти вот общие видения из прошлой жизни, они как раз... Ты по ним бегал? Пытался найти этого мужика, Джереми. Пытался искать не в видениях на самом-то деле, а в доме. Самый очевидный вариант объяснения. И в итоге ты его находишь. Но у него шиза пошла. Вопрос, что это было с тем... Вот эта фигня со созвездием, я думаю, это просто прочитал книжку. Ему было создано это некое видение про вот это вот какой-то механизм и прочее. Все это было не по-настоящему. И это никогда не было. И вот эта духоподобность, и вот это вот все, это все было не про то. Там было, правда, наверное, частично сказано про то, что ты можешь достичь покоя, если вот там, ну, вот это вот все касалось про видение и прочее, что если ты правильно строишься, наверное. Но неправда, потому что, с другой то есть, наверное, это была попытка Джереми самого уйти от этих видений. Но она ничего не приводила, потому что сущность. Чего хотела сущность? Без понятия. Ну, видимо, жертв. И она, наверное, просто поедала жертв. Ей надо было приносить жертву, которую она съест каждый год. В этом году они решили принести, убить девочку. Почему девочка была какая-то странная, вот это непонятно на самом деле. И девочка при этом как будто бы ее знает главный герой. И она сама дофига чего за всего знает. Можно предположить... А что если девочки не было? Он пытается воспоминаниями. Это сложно. Вряд ли. Полнота картины, возможно, дополнит прохождение кампании Эмили, но мы это сделаем когда-нибудь в следующий раз. Если вообще сделаем. На этом все. Большое спасибо, всем удачи.